Interesting day, interesting week. Could talk about my latest article on tempology. Talk about something, you know what I'm saying? Tempology is my science website. If you guys don't know about it. Um, it's interesting stuff, you guys. Starting to really get some breakthroughs um, on the power dimension, the concept of the power dimension. Um, getting some interesting steez going on over there. One thing I was looking at, bosons. So what's a boson? If you don't know, there's photons, and then there's gluons, and then there's the W and Z bosons. Kind of boring, I guess, but and what are bosons? So bosons are traditionally thought of. I mean, they are thought of as the force carriers, right? So light is really the force carrier. Not just the light that we see, but photons in general, which light is made. The visible light is made up of photons. Um, it's a boson, so it's carrying the force. So what we see, anyway, is carrying the force of the electromagnetic force is what light carries as a boson. It's interesting. It's interesting. Anyway, so bosons, starting to see correlations between those and relationships between dimensions, um, and that light might be something that helps carry that relationship between the third dimension and other dimensions. And so it connects. It's the connecting dot. It's what scales power going through these different dimensions. Um, so bosons might operate kind of how multiplication operates in mathematics. Because what is multiplication really? You we think about it kind of similarly to addition, right? But multiplication is different. And what it's about is scaling numbers, right? So if you have five, you can scale five, but not only can you scale it up, you can also, with multiplication, scale down. Now with addition, you can only make something smaller if you're adding a negative number. But in multiplication, you can make something smaller by multiplying by anything between 0 and 0.99999, infinite 0.9s. Because if you multiply by 1, it's going to be the same. But if you multiply by anything less, um, it's going to get smaller. So it's like 1 times zero point 0.5 is obviously 0.5. But let's say 2 times zero point 0.5 is also 1. 3 times zero point 0.5. So you're scaling 3 into zero point 0.5. And what is 0.5? 0.5 is 1 part 0, 1 part 1. So you're scaling it really by a higher dimension, which is why it's splitting. It's splitting into zero and it's splitting into one. Anyway, so bosons do a similar thing, I think, with and actually this is helping me think some stuff out. Bosons are doing this. What's up, Tater Tots? Such a cool name. Good, good, my guy. I'm good. Just talking about my latest article on my science website, tempology.project4.tv, and how bosons. Dumpling, where are you going? Okay, have a good shower. Bosons connect the dots between, not just the dots, but they scale between dimensions. So bosons kind of create the bridge between dimensions. So that's why light, funnily enough, it's like light is interacting with lots of dimensions. But what it's doing is collapsing, not collapsing, that's not really the right, that's more of a quantum physics thing. It's communicating. Light is communicating all of the inputs that it gets, that it interacts with, which is a lot of stuff. And it's communicating it to us in a three-dimensional sense. That's why the world looks three-dimensional. You know, the thing is, we can't see gravity, right? So that doesn't look like anything to us. We can't see neutrinos unless they are involved in some sort of interaction that includes light. And so light is just helping us to communicate with literally all of the other dimensions. So it's like, okay, how come things look three-dimensional? They don't. It's just being converted for you into three dimensions. Although I will say that you can navigate through the world three-dimensionally, but I don't know. I think that mostly has to do with something slightly different. What's up, Jaquel Johnson? I think that what that is really getting into is something a little bit different. And it's getting into the stability of the power of three dimensions. Not that we are in necessarily three dimensions. It's just that the resonance of all dimensions is built down to these four dimensions, right? So it's like we have the three dimensions of space. Okay, that's fine. Three dimensions of space and one dimension of time. Kind of way of looking at it, and that resonates and repeats, right? So it's like multiples of 4 will always resonate with time. Multiples of 1 through 3 will always resonate with space, and so that overlaps, and that's kind of what my article on tempology. I wish I could show you the graphic for it, but you'd have to go to just type in tempology, like temperature, but just TMP-ology. And on Google, it's the first result, tempology.project4.tv, and you'll get to see the image. I know YouTube won't be mad about me recommending a Google website, so definitely check that out. I don't know what's going on with my live on TikTok. I don't know. But anyway, so that's what my latest article is about. Then I also talked about the power dimension a little bit more. And it's very fascinating. So definitely want to check that article because I started getting into how, how does the power dimension work? So one thing I haven't really written up yet, actually it might be in a previous article, I don't know. I give, all my articles are written by AI, and that sounds crazy, but I think people don't realize I also give AI an enormous paragraph, and then I hone in what it writes. So it's like I'm really writing it. I'm just using AI to fluff it, and to think where I'm not thinking, which I think is the benefit of humans when it comes to these technologies. They're great. Now add a little human sauce on top of that. Now you got better than great. You got something crazy cool. That's why so many AI like YouTube channel. Anyway, um, so I was breaking down a little bit of how the power dimension might move, and I think maybe in a previous article I mentioned that in between, let's say T0, I don't know if that's how you would say that, but when time is zero, to the first Planck second, which is the smallest unit of time that we can, well, the smallest unit of measurement that we can use, scaled up to time. But anyway, in that time, the power, the force carrier of the power dimension, which I created a hypothetical. It's not a real particle, but think about it as a new boson called the poweron. And this poweron, in between t0, so when time is zero, to when time gets to the first Planck second, this poweron travels the entire universe. And it does so by it does so to create the entire universe. Um, and so I was getting a little bit more into imagining what Poweron does. Donnie says, please experiment more with magnets. See, only the TikTok people can see I got my experiment set up right here. But yeah, actually, a lot of these, I just opened up a fresh packet of magnets, and they're gonna be doing some work for me. But I'm letting them know about some of my theories that I released on my science website. Johnny said a breakthrough in the magnetic quantum mechanics is right around the corner. Oh, yeah. I think there is something very fascinating. I think what they're likely going to find, um, I really don't know how a lot of this stuff is even going to change anything, though, because, like, I don't know. Human beings just take so many things for granted. I don't think we can tell how awesome everything really is already. It's just that we're here. You know what I mean? It's like, let's say the concept of us evolving over thousands of years, right? Or millions, sorry, of years is correct. Do you think that you're going to do anything within, let's say, 3,000 years that's going to be more interesting and you can't really say thousands of years because it's really billions of years, right? Because not only did we have to evolve from the soil, which is fascinating and hard, but the soil had to get invented. We did, the soil had to get invented. Not all planets have soil. You should realize how rare it is and how difficult it is to have soil by the fact that it doesn't exist. Life bringing soil doesn't exist on any planet. So that in and of itself is crazy. So the idea that we're going to dramatically create any really, really cool inventions, I mean, we do it all the time. Cars are amazing. Computers are amazing. But anyway, they're subtly amazing. Um, but I think they are going to figure something out about magnetism soon. In general, I think there's going to be a whole new framework of physics soon. And they already know it because they still have so many gaps. There's so many gaps in physics right now. There's so many problems that are unsolvable that we actually need completely, scientists need completely new types of physics. Definitely. So that's probably going to go down. fascinating stuff. Just having a little fun, having a little bit of fun. Thank you guys so much on YouTube for making this fun. I think I'm gonna jump off YouTube now, but I'm gonna start going live even more on YouTube. So please, if you didn't already, subscribe, and I hope to see you again soon. I'm gonna be all around. So also hit the link in the bio and go follow me on every platform so that we can talk whenever I'm live on any platform, because I go live on everything randomly. Just see me over on TikTok. I'm gonna try to go live on everything at the same time eventually. See me on TikTok, then you see me on YouTube, then you see me on Instagram. I'm going to Instagram a little bit right now. So I go all over the place. Thank you so much. Like, follow, subscribe. And remember this one thing. Always be yourself. See you guys soon.